welcome to Uncensored Radio for another week.
My
Sorry.
How are you, Mrs. Doubtfire?
I had to. I was feeling myself today.
help is on the way, dear.
It was on the way. It was a drive-by fruiting. I saw it.
I don't
Sorry,
really know what to do with him right now.
Delirium has set in, and it's just
Give him mouth to
30
mouth till his face rubs off.
Then my boobs will catch on fire. Woo!
Ooh, little hot flash.
Speaking of boobs on fire, let's talk to Miss Katrina A. Johnson from Nickelodeon's All That recently featured on TMZ.
Tonight, aka Tits
Hi.
McGee.
Yeah, girl.
About
So
that.
she won't be with us for the whole
Love
show
it.
today. Kat, you've got a hot date. Where are you going?
Yes, I'm going to get a nasal swab.
Oh,
Not
so
the kind of
much
date
fun.
that you want.
Is that
And
what
I
the
have
kids
to
are
pay
calling
for
it?
So
Yeah, that's what the kids are calling
probably some of
Uh,
them.
Nasal swab.
now I bring up
Yeah, I'm
Katrina
going to
first.
Hawaii tomorrow.
Oh.
Oh,
Bring
I
up-
have to
yes.
get a test for it.
I bring up Katrina
But
first
it's
because
the third
guys.
one I've had to get there.
Oh my god.
We're on TikTok now, and Kat is our star at the moment. So if you want to see some fun videos, Miss Katrina A. Johnson, why don't you jump on over to our TikTok at My Uncensored Radio, because we're down with the kids and we know what's happening. We know what's happening, isn't that right, Vera?
We're cool like
You're gonna-
that.
Vera, I want to see Vera do some of them TikTok dances, and she'll be like,
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the one that I sent y'all with she's kind of the fat short
Hold on.
lady and she's on the kitchen counter and the one girl they had all had the glass. Me
Yes.
and Lidge are gonna redo that for the TikTok page tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Except Lidge is gonna be the short fat lady because I can't get on the counter, I'll break it.
You need to. It's amazing. Please
Yeah.
do.
I'm very excited.
Let's-
So are you the one on the counter?
Like to be, but
Oh, Luke is
Okay.
joining us.
I am
He
here.
is. He is.
How are we, everyone?
We're talking about Katrina's amazing TikTok debut.
Yes, I'm yet to see it, so I'm tuning into that
I
one
have
this
one of these with
afternoon.
me, except it's big.
Oh, nice.
oh, darling. That's my sign.
Well,
And-
in the video, I mean.
Jeffrey, did you get jabbed, Jeffrey?
I did not talk about it because I'm like, it's so, yeah, I did.
Good.
Tell us
And
your
you're
story.
still alive.
There's no, I went to this very redneck pharmacy, and the redneck pharmacist was a very nice woman. There was a very homely gay boy working, and I got the shot, and everybody else sat and waited 15 minutes, but she didn't tell me because she was too busy talking about how I'm from New York. So I just bounced and walked out and walked like a mile down the road to the playground where my kids were with my kids. And I was like, I don't know if this is such a good. I don't know if I can breathe right now. Oh, I got you, but I'm fine.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'm all good. Arms a little sore. That's.
Are you feeling a little sleepy?
I've been feeling sleepy, bitch, so I wouldn't even notice.
Are you feeling like you're on drugs? The bad
I
kind.
wish. I wish.
Did you get the Moderna or the Pfizer?
The Moderna.
Yeah.
I'm
Same
feeling
here.
though like how have you ever just had that mood where you're like blow up out runs away with the pool toys? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of mood I'm in.
No. Usually I am the blow up doll that runs away with the
I've seen
Let's-
you do it. I've seen you run off with bitches' pool toys. Oh, poor Sushi. Poor Sushi. And
Let's
wait,
be-
no, Finny.
Finny, where is Finny?
and
Ch-
in the garage,
China.
deflated.
Finny, haven't you guys seen Seaspiracy? That's where Finny is. He gone.
He got the
He
J&J
gone.
and he's gone.
He gone. He got AstraZeneca out of this world. He all over. Poor Finny.
Oh,
guy.
God.
Those
Finny.
dolphins were everywhere. I was taking them all over the country with me. Remember, I had all those people
Mhm.
taking pictures and so.
Yes.
We should do that again.
Let's do it. I'm in.
We gotta
when
get
you're allowed to
comfy
go
ones.
anywhere.
We can't
You know.
go anywhere.
That's
Girls
true.
going to Hawaii.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's true.
Well,
Go get that damn
well,
dolphin and take it on a plane.
Go find a dolphin. Go find
I
a
think
dolphin.
he's
girl.
actually at my Vegas house, though. And I'm in California right now.
You know, when you've got your 2 residences.
I know.
How you going? How are you, Luke?
Look, I'm good. I've had like a bit of an inconvenient morning, but that's just to do with stuff. But I was thinking at the time, I'm like, I'm more pissed off right now than that time I got date raped. Like, I'm just over this today.
Oh my god. You're all down and off. Cool toy.
Wow. Okay. Put this one up.
Thank you. I like that. We need that.
Well,
Disclaimers
look,
all today, please. Lots of
I
disclaimers.
know, right? Obviously.
I can't
Look,
wait
maybe-
to put that clip on TikTok.
Oh, and we get cancelled in
We're
about
gonna get
5
in so
seconds.
much trouble.
I
Yeah.
know, right?
Hey, it's my life experience. I really did
Listen.
like it. I'm like, I think I feel the same way about today as I did that moment.
I didn't like it so much. I would like to
Oh,
know
look.
if I was home.
Everyone's been a little
What?
bit date raped, though, haven't they?
No.
We've all been taken to second locations, haven't we?
But we're talking about like the drug itself, right? Like not actual date rape, but the drug.
Oh, row hippie.
Bro.
Yeah, I don't mind. Listen, I've been happy. Like if Bill Cosby's got a stash somewhere, like hook me up, buddy. I'd love to try food.
I was say, Jeff, you could actually just use it to get some good sleep.
I'm gonna bet that his stash is expired.
That's so sad.
I'm going to bet we get some kind of flag warning from YouTube this week. What do you reckon?
Oh, man.
Look, it was almost as bad as the day that they banned ephedrine. I was crushed.
I'll just
Just
say I'm
like
on
that.
Ambien. I'm on Ambien. It's okay. I can say what I want.
Oh, great. Okay,
All right.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No cheating on Valerie.
And we
Don't do
all
it.
saw how
Actually
well
lucky.
that worked out,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, that's one way to
Anyway,
get us all canceled.
I know, right? So
Hey, you
before
guys
we
will
do,
keep your job. You guys will keep
Yeah,
your
what-
job. I'm just the
what are
one
we
who
gonna
gets
call
killed
the
off.
The red shirt.
what will we call the spin-off? Oh, God. All right, anyway, I'm going into it.
Okay.
Any time now.
Hot load of hot topics.
Damn unresponsive computer programs.
Well, that
Making
was
me look.
anticlimactic.
I know, right? Make me look a fool.
I think we need
All
to
right.
run it again. No, run it again. Come on.
I'll run it again. We'll
Why?
double up on that one.
We need this at the end.
We'll do it. We'll double up. Here we go.
Hot
sure they can
load
hear
of
it.
hot topics.
There we go.
We backed it up really.
Great.
We backed it up really quick. All right. Well, look. It's not really a great news week this week, but everyone we seem to talk about on this show dies. DMX is out.
We talked-
Didn't I predict this last week?
I thought
Didn't
we-
I think he was already gone?
No, he was in a coma last week, and then we
Oh.
talked
He was
about
gone
him.
by Friday. He was gone.
We talked
within
about
hours
him.
of the show.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I
then
had psychic visions that he was going. I
Why
knew.
He
you
didn't
good girls.
he
like
didn't even
bad
get
guys.
he didn't even get the attention because, of course,
Oh.
Oh,
Hello.
he went to.
Prince Philip died
Bow, bow.
at Windsor Castle at age 99.
Look at him. He looked like he died 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
I'm
Jeffrey.
sure that the royal family's devastated, but can we really work up that many tears over somebody who was 99?
No, he had good
Right,
innings,
like,
man. He had
It's
good
not like
innings.
too soon. It's about goddamn time.
Yeah, DMX, too soon.
Right.
Prince Philip, he had a few extra inhalations there.
Well, we
look,
had another death too, didn't we, Stevie?
hold on. We're
Oh.
talking. I'm not finished.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
gonna-
Oh, well, that doesn't stop you when I'm not finished.
Oh, bye, Katrina.
Oh,
She's had
Katrina's
enough.
finished.
She had enough anyway. Get out. No, she does have to go get a swab, so she may have just swabbed out early. Who knows?
And
But,
all you bitches that check out because she did, I'm watching you.
Oh yeah. We did have a quick little crossover special that Luke and I did with our European correspondent Lisa. We were on that shit.
You
We
were.
that news broke and we
Mad
were like,
props.
His body wasn't even
Drop
cold, and they were
And I was
releasing
like-
an episode.
I was like, oh,
That
let's
news-
exploit it. Let's exploit it.
That news hadn't even broken
Everyone
on the
else
East
is.
Coast, and you guys had it up and running.
Yeah,
We're just-
Vera woke up and was like,
Oh, damn.
maybe we should, the next incarnation after we get canceled, we should change the name to like not sensitive, unsensitive. Like, you know, if you don't like it,
Unsensitive
fuck
news.
you. We don't care. You can't sit with us anyways.
Bitchin'.
We're mean girls, and you can't sit at our table, so we don't care if you don't like us.
But anyway, for those
But we
people
do
that do
kinda
care
care.
about the Royals, we'll Lisa and I are gonna have another little catch up post funeral to break down all the drama that's going on over there at the
Oh, well,
moment
I'll
because
sit in on that if you don't
there's
in the
mo-
middle of the night.
oh, it will be because it's the UK. So
Yeah, I
you know, whatever happens, but we will
Sit
definitely
your alarm.
We
I
will
watched
set
the
everyone-
funeral.
set
I'm
your
game
alarm.
for a good royal event.
Oh, I love a good royal event.
Are you gonna do the show live as the funeral's going on? Or are you gonna go live on Facebook
Live stream.
and
We're live streaming the
talk
funeral.
about the funeral as it's going on and be like, he's dead. Why does he need all those flowers?
She's
I hear
crying.
those flowers smell.
Well, I don't know how
Look at him. I'm sure he didn't
televised
smell
it'll
good.
be. There's only like 30 people in the chapel, so it's not gonna.
Yeah.
It's not gonna
There's
be
gonna be
like.
some procession, don't you think?
Yeah, there will be, but it's
That-
not gonna
that
be
will processional. That'll be.
And guess who ain't one of the 30 people? Megan.
Well, she at home.
No.
She's not that.
beggars. She can't
She's not
beg.
that stupid to go. But we were having this. I was having this conversation with a friend the other day. How pissed off are people going to be when that baby's name is Diana? Oh, if you thought it was
Why?
bad now, wait until that baby's name's Diana and it's brown and it's American. They're gonna hate it. Oh,
Be that brown. You can't be.
you never
darker.
know.
You cannot be darker than your darkest parent.
You never know. But she might just come out all saucy and be like, "Yo." You never know. She could be the recessive gene that just comes out and fucks up
racist
everyone.
Slip is showing, honey.
What?
You sounded a
Just
little
come here.
racist.
You just call me a racist because I said yo.
Here's your racist slip.
Oh, Pierce Morgan in the
Oh,
house.
I was about to say. Speaking of racist, let's talk about Pierce. So Cheryl Underwood experienced PTSD after the Sharon Osbourne fight on The Talk, and of course, Pierce Morgan can't keep his mouth shut on Twitter and decided to say, "What a crock of shit." So,
I
Well,
went
I'm
and watched the show. And
Yeah.
here's the thing. I'm fine with everything they had to say. They weren't wrong, right? That's all well and good. But I need to talk about some technical aspects of this shit. It's a CBS production. They got dough. We don't have dough. They got dough. Where was the cameraman going with that camera? Like, what were the angles they were doing? And then Carrie Anaba, like, who lets her read off a teleprompter? Homegirl was not doing good, okay? She was struggling. It just wasn't cute. It was not cute. And it seemed overly produced. Like, people were holding back. Like, if I'm going to tune in, it's because I want to see your real emotions. Like, I want to see it be a real conversation. And it just seemed very scripted, very held back, and overly produced. It wasn't good. Like, they went from one extreme on the last live show where it was utter chaos and Sharon screaming to...
We're done.
Very,
just
very
feel-
tight ship.
It wasn't...
but surely it was just a PR exercise, right? It's a PR
Yeah.
exercise to
That's
go.
why it's so
We are
fast.
distancing ourselves from Sharon Osbourne, and we're
Well,
going to
they
have this
mentioned her.
mediator.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
Sharon
but-
is going to be on Bill Maher tomorrow. So I will be watching that, and I will give you a full report.
Oh,
Yeah.
she'll say something. That'd be great.
She's going to say something. You know it.
Oh,
And
she
Bill
She
will
will.
Maher's
say a
fun.
lot of shit.
Yeah, she's, Bill will be
Like,
egging
and
her
that's
on 'cause-
why we tuned into the talk was for Sharon's crazy ass.
Look, she could always try for another talk show. But,
Look, and
you
I
know.
mean, here's the thing. I got to give Cheryl credit because when she first came on, I felt like Julie Chen hated her because I felt like Julie Chen was always like cutting her eyes because like Cheryl's funny. And she was
Right.
kind of like, you know.
Well, I always thought that Julie Chen thought she was classless.
Yeah,
You know,
like there was always
she was judging Cheryl.
the
She was
way
looking down at her.
she looked at her. Yeah.
No,
And
she was judgy. Absolutely.
It's why I stopped watching the show because I couldn't take it anymore. Because I'm like, I'm tuning in at that point for Cheryl because she's funny, but then Julie Chen was just always kind of side-eyeing her, giving her a nasty look.
Yeah.
Kitty.
She's back.
Hi, sorry, I'm having technical difficulties.
Oh, I thought you got swabbed.
Not yet. I'm gonna go now to get swabbed, but I'll let y'all know how it goes. Wish me luck.
Oh, yeah.
Well, make sure they actually do it up here, not down here.
Oh, I thought I had to bend over. No,
Oh,
That's a
no,
special doctor.
you
we
guys
already fell for that.
That's only in
on
China.
Borat, they give each other a COVID test in the butt, and then they turn around and put it in the next guy's mouth,
Oh,
like in a chain.
I did watch that, and I did
I
appreciate
watched
that.
the movie and I don't remember that.
The new one.
Yeah.
Teddy.
Movie film.
I might have to watch it now. My
And the
favorite
fertility dance. That
when
was
they
cute.
had Lunella in the one, and she was like the stripper or whatever. She's like, feel my
Yeah.
scar, feel my scar.
That was the original.
Yeah, it was fabulous.
But anyway, I'm gonna go get a Borat test. See y'all later.
Bye.
See you, Kitty.
Bye.
Good luck.
Bye, girl. All right. Well, speaking of more sad moments, guys, Honey Boo Boo is sad.
Honey Boo Boo.
Oh,
She looks
what's sad about this?
Honey Boo Boo
besides that
is
little
sad
girl's
because-
weight?
Because her mama is a drug addict, basically, because they've gone from, oh my God, praising her because she got skinny to the fact now that she is a drug addict and she married a child molester and all that kind of stuff. But I do agree with you, Jeffrey, and that's coming from a thick girl. Like, I ain't no small
I'm not
wilting
trying
flower
to be mean about
either.
it. She's a kid, but like
She's a
maybe
kid.
Mom should like put down the meth pipe and worry about what's going on with her kid.
Yeah, just a little
David-
bit.
Poor
You know,
Boo Boo.
what chance did that kid ever have to be happy?
Well,
You
and I
know?
think it's, these people, like, they were a poor family and they were put into this world of media. I mean, I know she was a pageant kid and whatever, but they were sort of put into this realm where I think they were exploited by a lot of people. So I'm not surprised that it's all ended in
Right.
a car pile up. Like, it was a disaster from the beginning and they were
Right.
very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Well, and the
You
mom's
know,
a simple
Honey Boo Boo.
bitch. Like, what,
I was trying to say that nicely.
Well, I'm just gonna say it. because
Mama
that's what I'm
June was
here for.
exploiting Honey Boo Boo from the word go.
But she's a simple bitch. Like, she did not have the brain. Like, I feel like there's just people like that they can hit it, like they're popular, but they don't know how to protect themselves or their kids. They're just train wrecks. Oh, Luke, shut the fuck up.
Yes, no. Well, I think. Look,
Drew,
if she
that's
spent
terrible.
if she
Wow.
spent all that. Oh, you didn't. Jeffrey didn't see
Oh,
it.
you
I'll
didn't
put it.
see the quote.
It's not
Oh,
wrong. I'm
I'll put it back up.
Drew is not
This is
wrong.
what Luke
It's
was
very-
laughing at.
Could
That's-
very well happen. It could
That
very well
is what's
happen.
that kid's gonna be her. What's left of the fucking money by the time her mother's done smoking it up her ass.
Oh, well, great segue. Speaking of money and gone,
Oh, you
he's
know,
dead too.
I was kind of sad. I feel like people really gave this dude a bum rap, right? Like, he's an
this
asshole.
dude stole billions of dollars.
I know, but here's the thing.
So for that, sorry, just remembering those of us that aren't watching the video, we are talking about Bernie Madoff, who has passed away in prison, 12 years into his 150-year sentence. Go, Vera.
He stole billions and billions of dollars from working class people. A lot of them right here in central New York. The Geneva Carpenters Union bankrupted. My uncle bankrupted. So many people in this area invested with this fucking crook, and he deserved to be in prison for 150 years. That's too good for him.
Meanwhile,
His wife is still alive and
right,
still has the house.
she's living in a beach house that's her sister, her daughter-in-law's or whatever.
Is she
Well,
not a real housewife yet? That's a
But
surprise.
maybe,
she's got some hidden assets. She's not a pauper. Yeah,
Maybe
maybe she can't afford. She can't pull the money out and buy her own beach house. But
It's
she didn't
quiet
land in the
money.
gutter.
It's quiet money.
Poor Michelle Pfeiffer. Listen, I just
That's
feel
why.
like,
That's why she likes Grease too. All of a sudden.
let's
She
look at it
needs
a different
visuals.
way. Like the man was a genius to get
He
that
was
far.
a crook.
Before, right, I'm not saying he's not a crook. He's a crook. He's an asshole. But the genius that it took to hold that together as long as he did, that takes some sort of brain power.
It doesn't matter how smart he is. He was a crook.
But it doesn't mean you can't be a smart crook.
If he was a smart crook, he wouldn't have got caught.
Well, that's true. But, I mean, eventually every house of cards is going to crash.
True.
Just ask
Oh.
Luke.
Jeff, you've given us great segues today because we've got to talk. We've got to talk about more poor people who can't afford
Hey.
things.
Gloss over that.
Guys, Jennifer Lopez and A-Rod are officially done.
So what?
Oh.
Who cares?
They're so poor; they can't afford anything. Oh.
So what? Who cares?
Who cares? She's 51. Let's talk about that. Damn.
Look,
She's
I
got
got
money.
a question mark
We all look
there.
wonderful with money.
And
What do
I
you
don't
say?
care
She
if they are
started, She was
taking.
the same age as my sister, and now my sister's 59 and she's only 51.
Well, your sister's doing it wrong.
I'll tell her you said so.
She gonna fight me. Oh.
I mean, you can definitely see it. Like her and Jennifer Aniston, they're starting to show that they're getting older, but they
Justine
still,
Bateman.
Chucky. Getting
Yeah.
chucky.
they definitely
They're
still
just
look
getting
amazing.
wrinkly,
Yes, They
jolly.
look great.
You know what
Chucky.
happens? We're your
Yeah.
You can
age.
get that
It's all right.
fixed.
She's fabulous.
You can get it
I love me
fixed.
some
Ask
J-Lo.
Katrina.
We had talked about it on the original show, and I said, poor J-Lo for all these men. And Karen Ashley, that fucking Power Ranger bitch. Just kidding. We love her. She said, she goes, obviously there's something fucking wrong with her if she's going through all these men. I was so offended. It's not J-Lo's fault. It's the men.
Oh,
I don't think Karen's wrong.
Yeah,
Just saying.
I'm
Poor
with
J
Karen.
Lo. She just wants to be loved. Didn't you hear? I wish you were my first love.
Darling, she's got diamonds. They can love her.
I had a friend when
She
I was in
kept
my
it in.
30s who was whining about the fact that she had had 50 first dates and no second dates. And all I can think of is like, girlfriend, if you had 50 first dates and no second dates, I see a pattern.
Is
It
your
might be
coochie
her
broken?
vagina.
Yeah.
She might need to douche.
Because
I
otherwise,
think it was more her personality. But
otherwise
it's
she
just
might
us.
smell like this.
Oh.
Oh, Luna Tuna!
Luna Tuna.
She's our mascot, Luna Tuna. You know what? Here's the crazy thing. So the house that she went to,
I'm getting
I
a
can't-
cartoon done of Luna Tuna.
Right,
I'm
I
actually
can't say
legit getting.
But the bitch whose house she showed up who was so like offended over the whole thing, I really want to track her down and send her back like on her birthday, like every year. Like send her back to the house.
Yo,
She'd be like,
happy
"Hey,
birthday
dog."
from Jeffrey.
I'm here to pleasure you, honey. What do you want?
I think we should try and see if we can get Luna on the show.
Tracks out.
Be like,
No, because we
"Listen,
want to.
girl, we've been showing a picture of you and calling you Luna Tuna. I hope you don't mind. Would you come be our
We want
guest?
to.
Come be
We
on
want to
the
do an
show.
animated series. The
do.
Adventures of Luna
Luna
We
Tuna.
want to
Tuna.
talk to you.
Hey,
I
baby.
want to know how much she got paid to suck his dick. That's what I need to know.
$50 blowy, that's my guess.
Luna Tuna and the octopus. Her first adventure.
No, Luna Tuna and her octopussy because she has 8 vaginas.
Go wide canyon.
Now we're definitely getting
Oh,
flagged.
wide canyon.
This is the one. This is the one.
This
that's
is-
gonna
this
get
is
us
the
moved
one.
on.
All right.
This is the
So
one.
this is how it ends.
Underwood is going to be so grateful she wasn't on tonight. We're doing some music
Luna
healing
Tuna.
and talking about hookers that look like Luna Tuna.
Well, speaking of someone who
healing.
knew a lot about hookers,
Good
segue.
I know, right?
Right.
Donnie's just throwing shit at everyone now, basically. Trying to.
God.
I don't know. Do you think it's just trying to stay in the news now that
He's trying.
he doesn't have a platform at the moment?
All of them. John Boehner just wrote a tell-all book and said that Ted Cruz was a fucking idiot, and all the Republicans. They're all throwing poo.
There was that report that his buddy there, Matt Gaetz, tried to go see him, and he couldn't get a meeting with Trump. That even Trump won't touch Matt Gaetz. I can't wait to see how this plays out because
Who's that?
closet case with the little
Your
with those
little
McDonald
boy,
eyebrows.
Adopted son, yeah.
Yeah, we can't have him.
Woo-hoo.
We don't claim him.
I saw a meme that said Pizza Gates and Gaetz, or however he spells his weird little name.
He's fucking weird.
He is so weird.
When he was
There
younger,
is-
he was hot though.
And he looks like a cartoon
That's all that matters.
of what a handsome person might look at if they were a cartoon.
Well, like if you got dough, why is somebody not fixing your eyebrows? It
Or
bothers the
docking
shit
that
out of me.
nose. What the fuck is wrong with his nose? Did he have
Ser-
too many nose
look-
jobs? Or
It's why I'm always trying to get an angle so that you can't see how crooked my fucking nose is. Like the least he could do, like you have money, act like it.
Get
and
classy,
if he
please.
has money, why isn't anybody telling him that his hair should not stand up that tall? He
I
looks
wish
like-
mine did.
He's a fan of Something About Mary.
Yeah.
That's Nestor's juice.
Oh, wow.
Allegedly.
Ooh.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
It's called
Allegedly.
comedy.
It is called comedy, but
Yeah,
we're not totally sunk, guys, because
Oh.
The Rock is coming to save us all. In a recent poll, that 46% of people would support The Rock if he was to run for office. Something he said would be his honor.
You know what? I'd vote for him. I'd have voted for Oprah.
Smack in my head. We gotta get.
I would vote for
Paul's
Oprah.
Personality.
Is
Jeff-
Jeff
He-
frozen?
Yeah, he is. Look, I honestly think. Hey, Jeff, he looks like Pepe Le Pew there. And he got cancelled. Just like the show. Woo!
He hadn't been relevant in a long time. Again.
True. I know. People got bored of getting date raped like me. So
Oh,
look,
God.
I think celebrity votes. We all know that. Like,
Oh.
you know, he could quite very easily win a presidency. Look just what happened with our last with your
I
last president,
know.
I should say. And you know, if someone like Oprah did run, I think she would probably do
Oh
well
my
too.
God, President Oprah. That would be amazing. I would live.
I am a fan of Oprah, but I couldn't. President
You
Oprah
wouldn't?
would bug me. We have
Why?
to
Because
job-
why? Because you know
Oh.
Gail's in. You know that Gail's in that
Oh,
in
Gail's
that
getting a
Oval Office.
cabinet. She'll get a cabinet position.
Gail's getting some kind of cabinet. She's in the lady locker, allegedly. Oh.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, we're alleging a lot of things today. But
We are.
let's talk. I feel like, do we wait for Jeff? I don't know. We'll just keep going.
We'll go. He'll
What do we
join
want
us.
to talk about? He will join us. Oh, Lukey, you wanted to talk about
Nikki.
Nikki.
Yes, this is
Poor
bad.
Nikki.
So Nikki was my favorite that's ever been on any Big Brother anytime ever in the world, because she would just lose her mind at the producers, at the other castmates, and it was just the most entertaining I think that show had ever managed to be. Like, she'd just flip out, be like, "I need bottled water," and like, you know, screaming about she's not going to lick people's assholes, so that's why she'll be up for eviction. It was just good stuff. It was what the show, I think, set out to be, and she ticked every box. But yeah, poor little thing was suffering from an eating disorder, obviously,
Yeah.
and passed away from anorexia. It's very sad.
It is very sad. I think
Katie Hopkins jumped on her live and was like, "Oh, the reason Nikki's dead is due to the lockdown. The lockdown's taken away Nikki's only control she had over her life, and it killed her." I'm like,
yeah,
So Katie Hopkins is a horrible piece of work. So
I know what Katie Hopkins is.
Katie Hopkins is like Candace Owen on speed.
Oh.
but like a British white woman who's just a cunt.
There we go. We're definitely getting cancelled today.
There we go.
I hope those of you live are enjoying this show because it's going to be tired.
It's very old school today, isn't it? We're kind of the wheels
Well,
are full. Oh,
I was going to say we lost
Hold
two
up.
castmates.
Daddy's home! Yay! What happened to you?
What had happened was this bootleg fucking ghetto internet called No Man Sucks Cock. And I'm so sick of it. I'm gonna fucking rip these assholes a new fucking one because this every night now, all of a sudden it seems like around 8:30, this shit goes bonkers, shuts down everything. And I was trying to watch Madam Secretary last night and it kicked me off and I have to be going on my Verizon plan. I'm not having it, no man.
Hey, I have Spectrum, one of the biggest cable carriers in the country, and Sunday night the wind took us down.
Well, see, that's why you gotta get Fios, because that shit rocks. I hate
Oh, I've heard
Spectrum.
lots of bad shit
Trash.
about Fios.
All right, Jeff and Luke, this one's for you. It's a little bit for me
Okay.
because I love her, but I haven't watched it yet. Danielle Harris made a brief but very impactful return to the Connors. I thought you said you were going to watch it the other night.
Oh, I realized I was like 5 episodes behind. I'm not even close to there yet.
Okay, well, this is me then. I'm fielding this one.
Well, you will
Okay.
feel that. I love Danielle Harris. I think she's amazing. But
She's amazing. She's an amazing scream queen. She's done a lot of films and a lot of horror projects, but
They
she
just
was
keep
on the
killing
Connors. Well, they killed her on the Connors too. We're doing spoilers today.
Spoiler alert.
Poor
So
bitch.
she comes back. It's actually really cool because she's come back from like her last episode she did was 1992, and her and Darlene didn't like each other because Danielle's character was trying to steal her boyfriend. Anyway, she come back, and so Darlene's like straight back onto it, like, "Oh, you're trying to take my new partner," and Danielle's like, "You need to grow up." And anyway, they end up partying and stuff together, and then she's like, gets Darlene to sort of let loose and enjoy herself, and then she's like, "Let's go to Hawaii," and she's like, "Okay." And then she doesn't hear from her. So then she goes over to the house, and the stepmother or whoever she was, the mother, is like, because she's like, "Oh, I think she's mad at me because I took 3 days to decide to go to Hawaii." And she's like, "No, darling, she's dead."
Oh,
She's like, "Oh, so she doesn't want me to go, cool." And she's like, "No, she was sick. She had brain cancer." So they killed her off. But it sort of set the wheels in motion that Darlene's going to now like change a little bit, not be so uptight, and be the one that kicked Roseanne off the show and took it over.
I have a question. So, did she die in hospital? Because if she died at home, surely you would notice the ambulance.
Yeah, she went to ICU.
Okay, cool. I was
She
like,
had a seizure. She had a seizure, and she went. Well, they were probably at work when it all happened.
Darlene's
She went
so
to
up her
ICU.
own ass that she doesn't know what's going on.
Pretty much. And Becky's passed out drunk on the bed while the baby's there. Oh,
Becky.
girl, there was lots of drama.
It's been. I
Becky's
feel
back
like
on the bottle.
TV shows have just been so boring this season. I don't know what it is. Like Grey's Anatomy's been
Jeff,
trash.
what more do you want? Brain
watch
cancer,
Shameless?
seizures,
do you watch
No.
drinking.
Shameless? Oh, you gotta watch Shameless.
I
Shameless
watched
just finished, didn't it?
Shameless just ended, but it was my favorite. I'm gonna have to watch it from the beginning again.
I was
Quickly
just
back on the Connors, though. I think Katie Seagal, she's been absent the last few episodes.
Oh yeah,
I
they
think
wrote her
she's
out.
quitting.
They're writing
She's
out.
got a
She's
new
got her
series.
own
No,
shit. She's
she
got her
said
own show.
she was gonna stay and do as many Connors episodes as because she was on. Well, I don't know, whatever one I watched the other night where she got COVID, but it's because and Rebel.
No, she'll be back
No.
soon.
The
She'll be
writing
back.
is
She'll be back
fucking
soon.
trash. It is not good. I think Katie, I hate to say it, I think it just is not the role for her. I kept waiting for
Keep
like
your
this
trailer hitched to the Connors, girl.
powerful moment, and it just
Well, they didn't kill her. They just said that they broke up. But everybody's like,
pilot
No.
episode of that show was just not good at all. It was rough.
I just can't commit to any of the new TV shows. I just don't have the care factor.
Jeff, was it worse than Date Rape?
Yes.
I thought
Tell you what else is worse than Date Rape? The fact that we are all really old, Vera, you probably won't care. But Jonathan Brandis would have been 45 this week
Vera's too
Oh,
old to care about this.
He actually was trending the other day. I don't know, out of nowhere.
I
Because
hear
we
more
meant
about,
we actually
Young.
we mentioned him like probably 2 episodes ago, and now he's back in the media. Not saying that we're influencers, but hello. Oh.
So important to our 3 watchers right now.
Well,
Hey,
Cat
live
left
watchers.
and bailed out.
I probably would have married had he not done what he did.
Look, that's a good-looking kid, though. Look at him. He was like, look at those eyes. Look at those eyes.
he's good looking
He's
kid.
amazing.
He kind of, in that photo with that angle, he reminds me of Vincent from Beauty and the Beast. You know, the one with Linda Hamilton from the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Ron Perlman.
Yeah. Oh,
Little
Ron
bit.
Perlman had that lantern.
Did Linda Hamilton play the Beast?
No,
She was beauty.
she was Catherine, the
She was
beauty.
Catherine.
And then she had a kid, went nuts, and quit the show. And
Shut up, all those people.
It's a good thing Ron Perlman had all that makeup because you couldn't see the lantern jaw.
yeah, that was a great
Lantern
show.
Jaw, that's a fucking lighthouse, isn't it?
That was another one. My mother was. I got so many problems. I watched fucking Beauty and the Beast with her, and Moonlighting. That was another
Moonlighting.
The Moonlighting was a good show.
Love this
actually,
slam.
I gotta say,
What shows do you reckon Luna Tuna's watched?
My
she's a
600
George
pound
Lopez
life.
fan. She's watched all of the George Lopez series.
Do you reckon she's actually like aiming to be on Hoarders?
No, I think she watches Jersey Shore.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She wants to be like the new Snooki.
Well, she's got the look down.
She's Snackums. Snackums. That's her. All right. Well, look, we can't really avoid talking about the other big stinking news item of the week.
Oh, there's a new one today.
Oh,
yes.
well, it's not new, but yeah, it's just trending.
Well,
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
it is an unfolding story. I feel who wants to go first?
I'll go.
We're talking about Dante Wright. Sorry, I keep forgetting that we're not only a video podcast. People have been randomly downloading audio episodes, so we're talking about Dante Wright.
All right.
Yeah.
Vera,
I saw the footage more than once,
Mm-hmm.
and there is room to believe that this woman made a mistake. However, and Luke, I'm sure you can bear me out. As a nurse, if I make a mistake and I inject somebody with the wrong medicine and they die, I'm going to get
accountable.
charged with
You're
murder,
accountable.
and I'm going to end up in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So why is she, if she made this mistake, even if it was the mistake, she needs to go to jail.
Well, she was training another. She was the trainer. She'd been on the force for 26 years. How do you make that kind of fucking mistake? Like, regardless of what, like, now all the reports are coming out that he had a warrant and he held somebody hostage.
Yeah, but
money,
doesn't fucking
and all
matter.
this bullshit.
Doesn't fucking
And they're like, well,
matter.
he was trying to. I know, I agree, and that he was trying to get away. That's all fine, well, and good. But
Doesn't fucking
you've been
matter.
a police officer for 26 years, and you're training other people, and you don't know which one's your taser and which one's your gun.
Right.
Bye, bitch. Bye.
that's what Chelsea Handler said. If you don't know
That-
the difference between a taser and a gun, you shouldn't be handling either.
No.
Over the weekend, I watched a movie at Two Distant Strangers. Have you heard about it?
No.
It's a live action feature film. It's nominated for an Academy Award. The guy who wrote it used to work on The Daily Show. And basically, it's a young black man leaving a one-night stand, trying to get home to his dog. And it's done very much like Groundhog's Day. And every single scenario, he ends up dead with this encounter. Whether he's
That sounds
polite,
really cool.
whether he's conciliatory, whether he tries to get away, whether he's confrontational, no matter what he does, he ends up dead. It's very thought-provoking, and it makes you realize that, yes, there is some implicit problem, and I'm not going to call it anything bigger than problem, but it's implicit in the way police handle people of color. There was a 13-year-old boy that was shot in Chicago. 13.
I think though this
Adam.
comes back to your Second Amendment too. I'm sorry, I'm going to be the one. too
No.
many guns in your society where
Oh,
the police
absolutely.
are trigger happy because they're worried that that person's going for a gun all the time. That doesn't happen here, and that's
I
just
feel
the reality.
that does. I think that's a bit of a misnomer.
How many people got shot?
I think the
How
Second
many people?
Amendment is part
Do
of
we
it.
want to? All right, if we want to play that game, do we
Let's
want to
look
go
up
look
the
at the? Do we want to?
Yeah,
do we
let's
want
look
to
at the
play?
stats and let's compare them
No,
per,
I'm not talking.
per
Hey.
person.
All right, well, I won't speak.
Nope. Look, go
Let's
ahead. Play
speak.
it. Play it. Finish.
Let's go back into the inquest to the Lint hostage crisis and see how people died.
But
Police
I mean,
fire.
Police
Police
fire.
fire.
That was a very unique situation.
That's neither right nor wrong, but
and
it
push the
happens. Do you know
perpetrator
what I mean?
had a gun.
It happened. The perpetrator did have a gun. That's what.
Yeah, that's why police were firing guns.
But you can't blame the police for firing at someone who has a gun.
Well, you know, you got to stop and you got to look at the arrest record in this country.
Exactly. But I'm just saying.
The guy who pulled off the Parkland massacre had automatic weaponry, apprehended alive. The guy who shot up that Baptist church in North Carolina had an AR-15 on him. He was apprehended alive, and they bought him dinner at Burger King before they took him in to book him.
Oh, that's the punishment, wasn't it?
The guy.
Oh. Well, see,
the guy
that's
who
just
shot
shit.
up the movie theater in Aurora was apprehended alive. He was fully armed, but these young black men are being shot without weaponry.
Yeah. See, that's the issue. That's the
problem.
issue.
Yeah.
Obviously.
In 2020, there was 1,021 fatal police shootings in our country.
And how many total gun deaths?
19,000.
19,000 total gun deaths. Guns are a problem.
But 1,000 of them, I don't even know if that's included in gun deaths when they do that. But 1,000 deaths by guns by police officers.
Yeah. And
So-
I'm gonna bet you that 40% of those are better were black men.
In
of course.
the first 3 months of 2021, 213 civilians have been shot, 30 of whom were black.
Well, that's actually on par.
Less.
Black people make up 13% of the population.
Yeah.
So
it's still a
30
huge.
people
It's
out
a
of
skew.
200 is within the margin of error.
Veer
But I'm
at the
gonna
maths
bet you.
again.
I got more math for you. Don't worry.
Oh, that poor brain.
Yeah, I
No.
think I feel like the police are not judge and jury. That's why we have a criminal justice system in this country.
Right.
You're innocent until proven guilty.
Their job's to
somebody's
apprehend, isn't it?
pointing
Their
a
job
gun
is to
at
apprehend.
them, then that's one thing. But just because somebody has a gun and you have a blue outfit on doesn't give you the right to kill them. Like, why are you shooting people in the chest? Why
What
are
was
you
the
going
guy-
for kill
Right.
shots?
Right.
Why aren't you? Did you not watch Speed? Shoot him in the fucking leg.
Yes. But they killed. I thought his phone was a gun. I thought his Skittles were a gun. I thought his Coke was a gun. I thought his comb was a gun.
They're on a power trip.
Yeah, come on.
I feel like that's a Saturday Night Live sketch waiting to happen, right?
Mental health in America.
That's a good one! That's a good.
Mental health in America is a big problem, Jeffrey. I don't disagree with you, but access to guns makes it worse.
Yeah, I feel like this is just police issues, not mental health issues with that.
Well, the police
Anyway.
obviously have mental health issues because they have
No, the police have lack of training.
superiority complex.
They have lack of training,
I
and
was gonna
then
say, a lot of police probably on
off they pop.
sociopaths.
But
Yeah.
I mean, again, I go back to if a nurse kills someone, she's going to jail.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yep.
So
Is
the
that
cop
the
needs
same
to
for
too.
you? I mean, in our country, if the nurse kills someone, she's going to jail.
But there are some good police officers out there.
Yes.
Yes.
I loved this story. I want to get her on.
So do you want
That
to?
would be
Would
great.
you like to read this for the audio viewers, Jeff? Or can you read this? Is it too
shit.
small? Or do you want me to do it?
I'll read it.
Go, Vera.
Hale Home, a former Buffalo police officer who said she was fired for intervening when a white officer attempted to choke a black suspect, will receive her pension after winning a lawsuit on Tuesday. Neil Mack looked like he was about to die, Holmes said. So had I not stepped in, he possibly could have. He was handcuffed and being choked. Horn is eligible for back pay and benefits through August 2010.
that is going to be one hell of
That's
a
good.
big check that she deserves,
Yes,
and more,
absolutely.
Right?
and more.
And more. Absolutely.
So why? See, this should be more. This should be bigger news as well, right?
Yeah, it was
really-
barely trending on Twitter. Like that was the thing.
Like, why is this not in the news?
Well,
Well,
we
it
just-
was in the news. It was a little.
But
mentioned in
I
the
feel
news.
like
It's
that's-
definitely in the news. But
that's a huge step in the right
it
direction
is a
for
huge step
some.
in the right
A
direction.
huge step, or up the tiny step in a huge, huge journey. But it's a positive. Like, why?
It's a very positive.
I don't know.
But the other positive this week is that they always talk about the police and the blue wall, where police band together and protect their own. And in the Derek Chauvin murder trial, many police officers spoke up and said, "No, this is not procedure. This is not how we are trained. This is wrong."
and that rat fuck pleaded the fifth.
Just before we came on air.
He has
Oh,
no
really?
choice. He has no
Hey,
choice.
But what?
Anything
boys,
he says is going to make him look bad.
what's going on? I sent you that graph over in Australia. There's something going on with a woman too. She was fired because she was a woman in politics or something.
Oh, in Australia Post.
Jeffrey, it's really not that interesting.
And she was not innocent. She's not that innocent.
either. She's not
that
Listen to
that
Britney. Take it from Britney.
I didn't see it. I didn't see that. But yeah. Look, it's a whole big thing. Women's rights is like the hot button issue here in Australia at the moment because of some very choice matters that our president, I was going to say, our prime minister has, had a go at certain women, and then there's been rape allegations and all this kind of stuff.
Protests have been going well, haven't they, Steve?
Oh, I heard protests are going really well, Luke. Anyway.
Why? What's going on?
We're popular in Australia.
In joke. We'll tell you later.
We're talking about Australian news. Okay.
Australian news. Well, yeah.
We'll get you some more Aussie news, but we have some UK news today.
I've got some to close out the show, just quietly. But before we get there, I want to go to a topic that we like to call, or segment, sorry, The View from Here. If we're getting cancelled, I had to do it one more time. Yeah. So
you can't cancel people that don't get paid.
True. We volunteer for the hate.
Or watched.
Or watched. For the privilege to do this.
Right.
So, my question for the panel today: is comedy too dangerous a game in today's world?
Yep.
Now, the reason I ask this question is because this Ricky Gervais quote keeps popping up pretty much like everywhere I look on the internet. And I'll share it with you guys now, any second now, when StreamYard wants to play my game.
Well, Jeff, do you
Ricky,
think
Ricky says, oh, you can't see the whole thing. Please stop saying you can't joke about anything anymore. You can. You can joke about whatever the fuck you like, and some people won't like it, and they will tell you they won't like it, and then it's up to you whether you give a fuck or not.
I think he's right. I mean,
you'll get canceled though.
If you look at the guy that was on Saturday Night Live, didn't even make it to the first show, and he got fired because years when he was first starting out, he did an Asian joke.
That's
Kevin
a
Hart
I do have
got
a problem
fired
with it.
from the
And
fucking.
we've talked about this before.
Roseanne on Ambien?
Years ago, I did some dumb shit years ago that I don't want to talk about on air.
We all have. Everyone has.
Well, I think people, we need to give them an opportunity to grow and learn and change, and to also be like, oh shit, I didn't realize that was actually hurting anybody.
Right.
I thought like you were laughing with me.
Right.
You know, so I think that it's a really tough thing. Like I've always loved comics who bagged on themselves, were not afraid, and would go after everybody. Not just
Joan
one
Rivers.
group. Right. Joan Rivers. Why can't I think of Mr. Potato Head? Well, Don Rickles. Like his, my favorite thing he would say, be like, "Oh, is it your wife? You pick her up at a pound." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he just, to me, comedy is all of us accepting our flaws and talking about it. And I've never personally got offended by a gay joke. There's just some that weren't funny. Like Tracy Morgan got in a bunch of shit. We were doing the original show because he had some like I'd kill my kid or whatever type shit. And it just wasn't funny. Like I didn't care. Like it's comedy. That's what it's there for. So you can go and laugh at yourself. Otherwise, we're gonna
Well,
have a real
it's
fucking problem.
satirizing things that are actually in our society that are quite dark usually as well. And
Right.
you're almost throwing in the face of people who believe that kind of stuff how ludicrous it is, and that's where the comedy is, right?
Right.
And some of these
You know?
beliefs need to be challenged. Absolutely.
Exactly, yeah. And I
My-
just think some people don't have the capacity to appreciate comedy in that way. They just don't
Well, I
understand it.
think-
It just goes, and so they get offended.
We do get, as we get more and more woke, we do get more and more hyper corrective. And it's
Yeah,
got,
and I
the
think a lot of
pendulum-
people,
The pendulum has swung a little bit too far, but it will come back to the middle, I'm sure.
a lot of people love to feel so righteously offended too, and they get on their soapbox and they just love being, so woke and so, oh, look how wonderful of a person I am because I'm against that because that's an awful thing someone else said. Well,
like Dave Chappelle's stuff that just dropped on Netflix, like last year, 2019. He had some great Caitlyn Jenner jokes in there.
I loved his character Ashy. Do you remember
They're funny.
Ashy? They were funny.
I just find it. I find it
And what's the
amusing.
dude? He's apologizing because he was playing the Simpsons character.
Hank.
Yeah,
is that
he did.
Hank
Oh,
Azaria?
Apu.
Yeah,
He did a poo.
I just find it. I find it funny. Well, not funny. Interesting. There's like a statute of limitations on murder and rape and
There's
da
no
da da da
statute of
da.
limitations on murder.
Oh, whatever. Making
There's
up
no-
shit
there is-
Unless you're me.
Like,
unless you're
on-
me.
on certain crimes, but yet if you made a really poorly conceived joke 10 years ago, your life's over.
Well, again, you and I've talked about this before.
Manslaughter.
You have to take. You have to take it in the time.
I can't
that it
read my
was
own writing.
created, you know? Gone with the Wind. You have to take it in the moment that it was created. This was pretty woke for 1936 or whatever.
It's educational.
The kids just watched Aladdin, the cartoon, the movie. The animated
Not
movie.
the
on
live
Disney.
action one.
And well, they watched both, but the cartoon.
Oh, did you
it said
see Will
before,
Smith
like,
try and sing?
I did see it.
No, anyway.
I didn't hate
I
it.
digress. That was hard,
He
right?
tried. It was rough. The
I
whole.
didn't
I love-
hate it.
Sorry,
Rough.
can we, we're just gonna take a quick segue. Friend like me, I love it. He's like, you ain't never had a friend like, and then someone who is not his voice went, "Man." It's like, whoa.
But
Anyway.
he's a rapper. Like I feel like
How is he ever going to compare with Robin Williams? Come
Right,
on,
I mean,
give
he
the
was
dude- cut the
fucked.
dude some slack.
But I did think
Anyway, back
for,
to it.
for that having that comparison of Robin Williams, I think he did an amazing job. I think he paid
Robin
some
Williams said some
homage-
wacko fucking shit.
Right? Like he would be fucking done today if he didn't kill himself.
Well, he is.
How
Right.
funny were his pre-strokes though?
Right,
Father
you-
McFeely's
I mean,
pat and chat.
all that shit and them talking about the priest touching the little boys, like it was all true. Or there's an interview or something with Whitney Cummings where she talks about she had all these Harvey Weinstein jokes and she didn't end up doing a bunch of them because she was afraid. And then she did it, like she said him, I think she was on Joey Diaz's show or whatever. And it's like, you're taking like shitty situations. Like, I always joke about the murder-suicide with my grandparents. Like they put them at the wake in the same fucking room. He shot the bitch while she was sleeping and killed her. And they have them in the same fucking room at the funeral.
Poor
What?
Case.
And it's ludicrous.
Who
It's
does
ludicrous.
that?
I think you need to take that up with your aunts and uncles.
The simple-minded bitches that they all are. Like, I can't. Only in my family. You know what I mean? And then when fucking Uncle Lenny dies, poor Maurice in Florida, they're fighting over a fucking suit. It's in the middle of COVID. And they're fighting over, he can't be wearing a pinstripe. What the fuck? I'm telling you, these people should just be sterilized and not. This is why I adopted. I was not going to pass on my genetics.
So you got somebody else's genetic lottery.
Oh, I might have been lucked out with my own better. This is pretty fucking rough.
I mean,
Uh,
I love
Well-
you and I respect what you've done, Jeffrey. I'm not trying to make, but it is a genetic lottery when you
Right.
adopt.
Like they need to send me more money for therapy because let me tell you what, these kids are winning.
Luke, I killed Luke. He's dying over here.
I
Sorry.
think today is the cancel episode.
Just
Listen,
remember,
listen.
it's called comedy, people.
That's right. The shit
But
that I
that's-
said in stand-up shows. whew,
Isn't this why we do the show? This is why we do the show that we do, because
Why
we
it's
have to
uncensored.
look at this world that we live in that is so crazy and out of control and depressing and sad, and find these funny moments in it
Are you okay,
to
Jeffrey? I
get
heard
through and to like.
Well, Joan Rivers
know,
managed to make the
to
whole
share.
Palestinian conflict hilarious because they were questioning her at the airport. This wasn't long before she passed away.
on CNN.
And they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's hilarious." And then they were like, "Oh, well, Selena Gomez tweeted." She's like, "Well, if Selena said so, that college graduate." They're like, "Ask her if she can spell Palestinian."
And then she got in a huge amount of trouble for that as well.
And then always
That-
calling Adele fat or whatever. Like
Joan
oh.
didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Joan didn't
you
give a
know.
fuck.
Like-
And see, that's the diff. I feel like the death of Joan was probably
The
one
death
of the last
comedy.
comedians who wouldn't apologize.
Well,
Do you know what I mean?
in one of the interviews she did, she even said it. A lot of celebrities get it. Like, it's a compliment, really. If they're talking about you, it's not meant to be mean. Like, it's
Not.
You're
not
You've
from a
made
bad
pop
place.
culture. You're part of the
She
zeitgeist,
did
right?
say- she said the only one that she used to make fun of. Oh, who was it now? I don't remember. But there was somebody that like actually got hurt, so she took it out of the act when she used to make fun of Elizabeth Taylor for being fat.
And you know,
Liz
Joan
loved
could
it.
really be sweet too, because she had her own talk show. Remember back at like a Letterman style
Can we
show.
talk?
And if she could tell, because I remember she had Stacey Q on, and she could tell Stacey was really nervous. She was completely soft with her. Didn't even make jokes or anything. She was just interviewed her nicely because she could tell this person was uncomfortable.
And that's a woman
And-
that got a shit end of the stick through her whole fucking career.
Talk about being a trailblazer. This woman has fought every freaking windmill from the
Watch
time
the
she
documentary,
decided-
people. Watch the
Oh, I
documentary.
did. My God, she was amazing. You know,
It's amazing.
she and every time some man would throw up a roadblock, she'd find a way to get around it. She was pretty incredible.
And watching her like old stand up, like when she was pregnant, she couldn't say pregnant, and she'd be like, "Had her bit of had her little feet." Like the things that she had to overcome, and what she
Right.
was so censored. It's amazing
It's
that
talent
she had.
and it's intelligence, it's talent, and it's like there
I
is
wish
more.
we could tiptoe through her catalog of jokes.
I know, right? Oh,
That
I
fucking
just go
whole
through the-
library.
Yeah,
Go through
like,
the
oh my
library.
God.
it'd be
It'd
amazing. So can I say before we finish and get to viewer events, we have to talk about something that's not amazing, because if this happened to me, oh my God, it would be over. A Sydney family had the fright of their life after finding a live snake in a bag of Aldi Cos lettuce. The Mossman woman claims her son found a baby pale-headed snake in a packaged salad item, sharing 2 photos of the dangerous reptile slithering amongst the greens.
I think.
Well,
Was
they
it
actually could have
really
cooked it,
dangerous?
and they would have had meat and salad.
Is it actually a dangerous snake? I mean, you Aussies-
No, apparently
you grow,
not.
You grow crazy shit over there.
Apparently not super dangerous,
It
but you
got
can't even have a
burned.
salad over here now.
that attack people. Like, why the
You
fuck?
got magpies. I know. What the
I've
Kill
been
the
worried about-
motherfuckers.
Could you imagine thinking you're making the right decision, getting some salad, and there's a fucking snake
Oh,
in
hell
there?
to the no. We're going back
Listen, I've had tons of shit come out of a salad bag. One time, my mother, this is what she gets, that rotted bitch. She'd always buy some like ragu. And the one time we popped it open, it wasn't there a fucking worm dead in the top of it.
Oh.
Oh, I'll tell you a story. I don't think she's watching at the moment, but my mum once bit into a cherry ripe and found half a worm. Guess where the other half was?
Yeah, I know. Had me happen with an apple.
It could have been Prego, so don't quote me. I don't know if it was Prego. Don't come at me. You sound like shit.
Same
We've lost our
Jeffrey.
sponsorship, Jeffrey. How
Hey.
dare you?
Hey, but what about I've never
Ice soda.
Ice soda.
I don't care if Chef Boyardee calls and says they'll give us $10 million fucking dollars to advertise. It's not ever happening. I will.
Ice soda.
It offends my Italian sensibilities.
That shit is deadly.
It is awful. It's so
All right,
gross.
kids. Well, we've gotten to that point of the show. Are you ready, Vera? Are you feeling
I am
steamy?
ready. I got no.
Are you
Oh,
ready?
here she goes.
Are you ready?
Are you ready for this one? Because it's a
Are you
segment we
ready?
call Vera Vents.
All right,
She's
kids.
steamy hot, ready to go. Go for it.
The big news this week: the J&J vaccine had to be paused because 6 women out of 6 million got sick. Now, I'm not saying that their lives don't matter, and 6 is alarming. Anybody who gets sick is alarming, but medical science is at best an educated guess. Every fucking pill that you put in your mouth is an educated guess, and every fucking pill, be it Viagra, let us all know if you get an erection lasting more than 6 hours. That's a big fucking problem. No matter what the med is, there are side
Or a fun
effects.
weekend.
So, and one of the big fundamental questions in this educated guess, do the benefits outweigh the risk? And here we go. Yes. 6 women out of 6 million. The actual percentage of people who got DVTs from COVID is 0.001%. Do you know how many people in general population get COVID? 0.1%. Do you know how many women on birth control, or not COVID, DVTs? Do you know how many women on birth control get DVTs?
Preach it, girl.
Yeah, 0.3%. Do you know that if you're over 6 foot tall, your risk of getting DVTs is higher? Do you know if you're a long haul trucker, your risk of getting DVTs is higher? All the anti-vaxxers are crawling out of the woodwork. See, we told you, 6 women almost died. You know what's worse than getting 6 women getting DVTs? 550,000 Americans dead from COVID-19. Jim Jordan got on his high horse in Congress today and said, when is everybody getting their liberties back? Never, if you motherfuckers don't pay attention to science. Never. God damn it. If you want to go back to a bar, get the fucking vaccine. If you want to go back to a concert, get the fucking vaccine. If you live in a house, then you accept science. If you use a cell phone, then you accept science. Accept the motherfucking science. There's the ranch.
I can't wait to put that on TikTok. Holy
Girl.
shit! That was
And
the
you know
most
what?
amazing beer rant we've ever had.
Everything Vera said is completely true. I concur. I agree with the
Holy shit.
plaintiff.
We're never going to get back to normal if you all don't shut up, take the vaccine, and wear your motherfucking mask.
Look, and you know I was not a fan of the vaccinations, and I was hemming and hawing about it. And here's the thing: 6 people out of how many millions? Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Hey, how many people have died this year of polio? How many people have died of smallpox?
Well, I don't care about that.
How many people have died of measles? None.
I don't know, man, but I got a horrible case of the rickets. I can't help it.
Because there's a fucking vaccine.
Good old,
Take the fucking vaccine!
good old turn of the century disease humor. We keep it current here at UCR, don't we, kids?
Actually, I think my
Because
vaccination
of
is
the vaccine.
catching up to me. I might
A
have just shit my
vaccine
pants a
cures
little.
There's another TikTok clip for everyone.
There's another side effect, guys, that's not out there.
May brown your trousers. Oh, dearie. Oh, look, someone's been watching for the hour. Thanks, Ace. Oh, he
Take the
sticks in this-
vaccine!
Hey, Ace, if you're free next week and you want to come on the show, let us know. We'll take anyone at the moment.
We might be canceled.
We might be cancelled. You might have the Ace Browning hour next week. It'll be sexy times.
Hey,
So,
It just sounds so dirty. Ace Browning.
Oh, I've browned myself. That's what you've just done. You've browned your ace.
Luke, it sounds
Fair
like
enough.
maybe
Sounds like a
next-
pseudonym for our ex-producer.
Oh my goodness.
That
Wow.
was
Or was that
a
just
low
brown
blow.
hole?
That was a
You
low.
should-
Oh my god.
You
That was
should
a
be
low blow.
ashamed of yourself. Don't
Yeah.
talk
Hey,
about
it's a
Mike
cancel
J that
episode.
way. Just because he was trying to bang you with his fucking Woodstock looking face.
Oh my god. Oh fuck me.
Come at
Anyway,
me, because I released those motherfucking videos of you saying all kinds of foul shit. You don't have a job anymore.
And we're
You
gonna
don't
end
have
it
the end
there.
of the barrel.
Side note.
Side note, we love you all and we'll see you all soon. Please make sure you're following us on TikTok at My Uncensored Radio.
The vaccine.
Have the vaccine, yeah. And yeah. Instagram, YouTube, just follow us, make it worth our while. We'll see you next week. Bye. So Vera, before you go, you had a very special point to make today. What was it?
Get the fucking vaccine.
Thanks.
Oh,
Bye.
It's so lackluster.